Coming up next on Cordisco's Corner. Why are you letting these people in and why aren't you stopping them? And they just shrug their shoulders. Say it's not my call to make. There's plenty of those videos around. You look on YouTube and other places, you'll probably find them. Hi, folks. Welcome to Cordisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back. Now, today is the anniversary of the so-called Capitol Insurrection, a.k.a. a few hundred asshats just acted stupid, also known as the Capitol riot. Now, they're going to make a huge deal out of this. And I'll tell you the truth, if I were the Democrats, I'd probably do the same thing. I might not be so melodramatic about it. They're going to hold a vigil. A vigil for who? Only one person died. One. Ashley Babbitt, a veteran in the Air Force. Yeah, should she have crawled through the window to get in? No. But does she deserve to die? Of course not. And the other people that died had nothing to do with the riot. One officer suffered a stroke, died 2 days later, had nothing to do with the riot, was put in the Capitol Rotunda as a martyr. And 3 other individuals died, all natural causes. I believe 1 had a stroke outside and 2 just had a stroke, period. Heart attack. It had nothing to do with the riot. You've got 400,000 people there. There's going to be 2 or 3 people that has died natural causes. It's just a law of averages. So here we are. Here we are. January 6th was the worst attack on the Capitol since 1812, ? Odd, because in 1954, 5 congressmen were wounded on the floor when 4 terrorists opened fire from the visitors' area. President Carter later commuted and reduced the sentences. Isn't that interesting? I remember, I think it was, some of them were just released not too long ago. There were some separatists, independents for Puerto Rico. I believe they tried to kill President Truman, if I remember, when they were redoing the White House because it was falling apart. Truman was staying in the observatory where the vice president lives, and they got life in prison. So that's interesting. That's not an insurrection, killing a sitting president for political gain? Now, I remember this myself. I was born in 1956. I recall this distinctly. March 1st, 1971, a bomb apparently planted by a group of persons protesting against the Vietnam War exploded early this morning in the Senate wing of the Capitol, causing extensive damage but no injuries. How many bombs went off January 6th? That's a good point. A very good point. Here's the other thing. If it was a planned insurrection, they brought no weapons. Or St. John, they had some crowbars. Come on. They're going against people with guns, i.e. Capitol Police. You can't mean to tell me that they think they were going to storm over them with no guns? There's videos all over the place with doors open, being held by Capitol Police. And individuals asking the police, why are you letting these people in and why aren't you stopping them? And they just shrug their shoulders. Say it's not my call to make. There's plenty of those videos around. You look on YouTube and other places, you'll probably find them. Interesting. Then a bomb that went off in the Senate wing of the Capitol. Thank God no one was injured. But that's the worst? So January 6th is the worst since 1812? Really? I remember this one as well. November 7th, 1983. Ronald Reagan was president. It was the same year my daughter was born. She was born in January of 83. At 10:58 p.m., a thunderous explosion tore through the second floor of the Capitol's north wing. The force of the device blew off the door to the office of the Democratic leader, Robert Byrd, Senator Byrd. How many bombs went off in the Capitol on January 6th? Speaking of bombs, there's all kinds of video of an individual or individuals the day before on January 5th putting bombs around the Democratic National Committee, DNC, and the Republican National Committee, the RNC. Don't tell me with all the resources of the FBI and all the federal agencies, they can't figure out who this individual is. Things that make you go, very interesting. Oh, by the way, Robert Byrd, Hillary Clinton called Robert Byrd her mentor. Robert Byrd, by the way, was a high-ranking, I believe it's called Cyclops in the Ku Klux Klan. Give you a little idea there. And Bill Clinton said, don't be too hard on Robert Byrd, because in the South, the only way a Democrat can make it up in politics was to join the Klan. If you don't believe it, you can look it up. Here's another one here, a little bit older, a little over 100 years. A little before midnight on Friday, July 2nd, 1915. Police responded to the U.S. Capitol where an explosion had just rocked the Senate wing. People have an affinity, apparently, for letting off bombs in the Senate area. Haven't seen anything close to this damage from January 6th. That's the other thing. What damage was really caused? Yeah, they busted a few windows. Yeah, they busted a few doors. Some things scattered around, some minor damage, some signs broken. But they didn't. Look, they went in the rotunda. We've seen tons of videos. People were taking selfies and videos all over the place. Some were Facebooking them live stream. None of the statues. There's 2 statues for each state. None of them were spray painted. None of the walls were spray painted. None of the priceless paintings that hang in the Capitol, in the rotunda, were damaged or spray painted. People were taking selfies with the statues and hanging cats on them and Trump flags and U.S. flags. But no damage. Interesting. An insurrection normally caused quite a bit of damage. Look at all the insurrections over the years in all the countries in the world, including this hemisphere and Europe. But nothing was really damaged. Very fascinating. Yeah, minor damage was done. I'm sure they padded the bill. But nothing like this. Yeah, that's pretty extensive. Nothing like this. But the Democrats have to play this up. And frankly, that's a smart move on their part. They have nowhere else to go, really. I mean, they're pitting into a corner. They have to make the scenario stick that this was all planned and that after the fact was propped up by Republicans, namely President Trump. I forget what the legal term is called, where they can make him ineligible to run for public office again. And they're going to do the same thing to over 100 members of the U.S. House of Representatives that are Republicans that voted no in the electoral vote certification. They're going to try to nullify them. Now, they can serve out their term. They're not thrown out, but they can't run for election again. This is their strategy, and they're hoping that the American people go along with it. Now, here's the thing. This has been talked about for a year, and of course, this is going to be a big deal. But as a matter of fact, right now, in a generic poll, President Trump is 46% approval to run for president again. Biden, 41%. That's 87% with 13 undecided. That is a doomsday scenario for the Democrats for the Oval Office, the White House. They only have, I believe it's a 6 or 7 seat majority in the House. They can't win unless they rig the game, unless they make 100-odd Congress members, Republican Congress members, ineligible to run again. What that is going to do is cause a real civil war. Not just rhetoric, not just politics, not people hollering at each other and protesting. I'm afraid if they try this, they will bring about a very real civil war. And then the crap's going to hit the fan. So they can call martial law and shut down everything. That is their plan. They will bring the country right down the toilet rather than lose power. And that, friends, is dangerous and evil and disgusting and unpatriotic. And I remember this, October 2018, the Kavanaugh, when Judge Kavanaugh was up to the Senate to go to the Supreme Court, hundreds storm a U.S. Senate building during the sacred work of confirming a Supreme Court justice for a position that holds longer than a presidential term. 302 were arrested by Capitol Police, none by the feds. None were held like a year like they are now. Something's going on. Summer of 2020. President of the United States and family were rushed to the White House bunker as insurrectionists scaled fencing trying to overthrow the government. It happened. We all saw it live. 60 Secret Service agents were wounded. 11 needed hospitals for defending the White House in the worst attack on it since 1812. And here's the thing. How many were fired on and killed? The answer, of course, is 0. July 24th, 1998, not that long ago, 2 Capitol Police officers, John Gibson and Jacob Chestnut, died in the line of duty. An armed assailant stormed past the U.S. Capitol security point. He made it deep into the building where he was shot. That was insurrection as well. Not a peep. Now we're going to see a video of the insurrection at the White House last summer. Likely the worst attack since 1812, and appears to be more mayhem than January 6th. I am not aware of a hunt by the feds for those who stood there, as has been done to hundreds of the January 6th riot. This is fascinating video, folks. Fascinating. It's unbelievable. Why don't they rounded up hundreds of these people and put them in jail? I don't know why. I don't know why.
They lit the guardhouse on fire at the White House, and now the police are deploying tear gas. I got Look.
Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. Details of the May to June 2020 violent insurrection in the White House that wounded more than 60 Secret Service agents and officers. I am unaware how many, if any, of the people were federally charged and held behind bars for a year over this, as done to dozens of January 6ers. Yeah, double standard. Some demonstrators repeatedly attempted to knock over security barriers and vandalize 6 Secret Service vehicles between Friday night and Sunday morning. More than 60 Secret Service uniform officers and special agents sustained multiple injuries from projectiles such as bricks, rocks, bottles, fireworks, and other items. Secret Service personnel were also directly physically assaulted as they were kicked, punched, and exposed to bodily fluids. A total of 11 injured employees were transported to local hospitals and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Yet where's the arrests? Where are the arrests? Why aren't they rounding them up and put them in solitary confinement for a year? Something's going on here, folks. This is really an insurrection? Or was it just a bunch of people that just got pissed off or goaded on and acted stupid? It's not the fault of the people that instigated them, but they certainly took advantage of it. And it was brilliantly done by the government agencies that hated Trump's guts. They saw an opportunity to take advantage of people when they were emotionally upset, and it worked beautifully. Beautifully. The Democrats had nothing anyway. Now they have this. And this will drag on and on. And they will try to disqualify President Trump and over 100 Republican Congress members and some Republican senators. And that, folks, will cause a crap storm like none of us have seen in our lifetime. They say this is the biggest insurrection since 1812. This will cause a split in the country. And the Democrats don't care. They would rather burn the place down and destroy the country and the Constitution than lose power. Think about that, Biden voters. Think about what you've done. What you've managed to do to the rest of us in the country that we all love. We're going to see what happens. We'll see if the American people are smart enough to see through this nonsense. God help us all. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.